Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Erica Danielle. In today's video, we are going to be answering some mental health questions that I personally written down, and hopefully during this process, it encourages you guys to open up and share your personal story as well. So before we get right into it, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any personal updates from my channel. With that being said, let's get right into it. So the first question is, how am I feeling? So mentally, I am feeling good. I have a lot of big things coming up within the next month or so, as far as me graduating, me getting ready to transfer to a new college, and also just continuing to work at the job that I've been at for a minute. And overall, right now I'm in a happy space, definitely in a better space than I was last year, so I cannot complain with the process and journey I'm currently on right now. Number two, what are some things I'm grateful for and do I acknowledge them regularly? I'm grateful for my life, like overall, and I definitely am grateful for that each and every single day, because to allow myself to be able just to see another day is a blessing within itself before even doing anything else. And for God to allow me to have a life, to do something with my life, and also surround me with a good support system who has more life experience than me to teach me certain things that I may not know or don't understand. It's a blessing to me as well. So overall, for me, what I'm grateful for is like my life and my family, because not a lot of people have a support system to fall back on when things get tough, and I'm grateful that I'm not in that situation, because who knows where I'd be at right now. And I do acknowledge that each and every day. I know a lot of times I may not speak it out loud, but I definitely think about it mentally, that I'm grateful and I can never trade for anything else. Number three, do I have a healthy balance between work, personal life, and rest? Honestly, I feel like I have somewhat of a stressful, if not solid, balance between work, personal life, and the rest. Simply because a lot of times for me, like most people, I work, 5 days a week, sometimes maybe every other day, sometimes maybe back to back, and always night shift. So for all my night shift crew, you kind of understand where I'm coming from. It could definitely, be difficult, but at the same time, it's necessary. It's difficult, but it's necessary because you're allowing yourself to have some independence from certain things that may not benefit you, and then also allows you to grow a financial state for yourself, because a lot of people want to be able to do certain things, but they can't do certain things if they don't prioritize their responsibilities. So I definitely take into account to definitely try to keep a balance going and not let the balance have control over me, if that makes sense. So I definitely do consider having a balance between, personal stuff and professional things, because it allows you to stay on the right track and keep your head in the right mind. Number four, what would I like to change about my daily routine to improve my well-being? On me personally, honestly, I would like to get up a lot early than usual. Even though I already kind of get up around 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, I do want to kind of get up maybe around 5 at the most, because I know a lot of people, hit the gym early in the morning to kind of get their body, flowing. And that's like one of the things that I personally want to do, just basically work out more, because it'll help me get my mental and my stress level down, because I know a lot of times personally I do be under stress, but I try to keep it together at the same time, and I don't want to have to pretend that I'm not stressed knowing that I am stressed. So I definitely want to find other things that can definitely keep my mental state from getting out of control. Right. Number five, have I been socializing enough, or do I feel isolated? Yes, I do feel like I've been socializing enough, especially when I'm at work, because I have no choice but to socialize, because I am a cashier at a certain grocery store, and my main job is to communicate with not only with my peers but also with customers as well, and help them with anything that they need help with. So that's definitely my main job that I have to do. as far as communicating. And of course, from a personal side, I do somewhat socialize, but also somewhat feel isolated, because I know not every conversation has anything to do with me. But sometimes, I just feel as though whether it's a simple conversation or an interesting conversation, me being included in the conversation makes me feel good, feel needed, feeling like I'm, important in a certain way. But I understand, not every situation is something that I need to be a part of. So that's something that I have to take account to, and yeah, and accept it. Number 6, how often do I feel truly relaxed or content? Um, on a scale 1 to 10, I probably say it's a 5, because the world is full of possibilities, and it can be very predictable because you never know what to expect. So I personally would not know what a day could be like without actually knowing what it is that I'm going to be doing. So for instance, like going back to what I was saying in the previous question, when it comes to work, for me, work either could be something where it could be kind of relaxing if you kind of in a scenic area, or it could be stressful where it's like busy and you're constantly on your feet the entire shift. So it pretty much kind of just weighs itself out depending on the type of environment that you're in, whether it's personal or professional. So it really just depends on that one. Number 7, am I proud of myself for anything recently? Have I taken time to celebrate small wins? So definitely, I have definitely be proud of myself very recently. Like I mentioned, I'm supposed to be graduating December the 13th, and then I got accepted to a 4-year college, UAB. So I'll be starting that in January, and so yeah, so that's like my two biggest wins. It may seem, even though the question asked, do I celebrate small wins, I could definitely consider those big wins, simply because pertaining to the education, this time last year I was not in school, simply because I was going through, personal mental health issues, and I had to step away because I did not feel comfortable being in a educational setting without having the proper mental state to stay focused. So I had stepped away from school. I wasn't working at a particular time. I was thinking, suicidal thoughts, because I felt like I wasn't needed on this earth, when, not a lot of things will go your way, but as long as you make something out of every day, then that's all that matters. So for me, just looking back, back then versus now, I definitely came a long way within my journey, because if I kept thinking the way I was this time last year, I would not be where I am right now. And then for those who think about giving up, I'm gonna let you in on a little detail. So right now I'm at a 2-year college, right? And I started at this 2-year college back in 2017. So let that sink in. So I started at the particular college back in 2017. Here it is, 2014, and I'm just not graduating. So think about that for a second. So although I did have a tough transition, last year, I did not let that stop me from getting to where I am now, where I'm almost less than a month away from walk out stage, getting my college degree for the first time, and then furthering my education at a 4-year college. So don't let anybody discourage you and think that you're not going to make something out of yourself. The only person that's going to stop you from achieving something is yourself. So don't ever point the finger at somebody else, because making something out of yourself is your responsibility and not somebody else. All right. So moving on to the next question. Number 8, are there any unresolved issues or emotions that I've been avoiding? Far as like the issues, honestly, it's basically just certain bills. And I know that's gonna sound crazy and not something too big of a deal, but a lot of times, bills is what keeps a roof over your head. Bills, is something that keeps you from able to pick up the phone and call somebody, and bills is something to where if you need, like, paying the bills is something that you would need to do. So for me, it's just overall just bills, because who wants to pay bills, you know? But at the same time, it's not something that we want to do. It's just something that we have to do. So definitely, bills has been something that I've been avoiding lately, because it's just something that I don't want to deal with financially. All right, number 9. What's one thing I could do today to make myself feel better? Um, Something I could do today would probably be a blessing to somebody else, whether it's mentally, physically, financially, because it's been a few times in my past where I paid for someone's order, drive through at Chick-fil-A. So I'm thinking about doing that this year, not too often, because, my budget is not the same as everybody else's budget. So I may do that this year, I may not, but either way, I will contribute to someone or something in some kind of way, because I am a giver. I'm not really much a receiver type person, but I definitely would choose me being a giver versus a receiver any day. Alrighty, number 10. Are my expectations of myself reasonable, or am I being too hard on myself? I definitely say it's reasonable, because I feel like my expectations could be somewhat similar, if not different, than most people. Um, but one thing I could definitely say about myself, and what a lot of people can say about me, is that I consider myself be a go-getter, because when I put my mind to something that I'm very passionate about, I take the next step forward to making it happen. So I definitely feel like I'm giving myself some type of grace. Although at times I do overthink things, I kind of just go to my process to get a second opinion to help me go through my decision before I make, the final decision that either help or mess up the outcome. All right. Number 11, do I feel a sense of purpose or meaning in what I do each day? I definitely do, because like I said earlier, there's always a message, if not a purpose, within every day of your life, because you're always going to learn something, whether you agree with that message or you disagree with that message. You always going to learn something, and once you learn something, take that into account, take that and put that within your everyday life, and see how you are better off once you gain, new knowledge from somebody else. So definitely just being grateful and appreciative of being able to receive a message throughout everyday life. Alrighty. Number 12, what are my current stressors and how am I coping with them? My current stressors is definitely getting everything in line for me to have a successful registration process when I get ready to transition to a 4-year college, because for all my college students, you already know, like, registration and going through a transition can be very, very difficult. So that's definitely the phase I'm going through right now. And emotionally, I have it under control, but physically, I definitely am stressed about it, even though I'm not really showing it as much. I definitely feel that that's what's really, stressing me out, mentally and physically. Okay. Number 13, when was the last time I felt genuinely happy or at peace? Um, I feel like the last time I was genuinely happy was probably, well, now I'm thinking about it, I probably say Sundays are the days that I'm generally happy, only because I get up early and I go to church, and that's the time where I can have, peace within myself, because I'm able to hear folks singing, hearing my pastor preach, and just able to cope with that every Sunday, every single week, just give me strength and momentum that I need to go on throughout the rest of the week. So that's definitely something that I am grateful for, and I'm blessed able to experience that opportunity. All right. Number 14, am I giving myself enough time to rest and recharge? Absolutely. Absolutely. So like the past couple of days I had time to take a break from work and kind of recoup and things of that nature. And I just been at home relaxing for the most part the whole entire weekend. And that's something that I value very, very much because I already know for me, I'm definitely on my toes 24/7, especially when I'm at work. So having the time to just relax with no interruption and just be at peace is the greatest thing ever. All right. Number 15, how are my sleep patterns, appetite, and energy levels? So my sleep patterns are normal. Unlike before this time last year, because last year I had trouble sleeping through the night due to, anxiety. And now it's a lot better. I'm able to sleep, through the night, whether I'm going to sleep early or most of the time going to sleep late. I'm definitely able to sleep through the night and get as much energy as possible. My appetite is normal as well. I definitely try to eat at least 2, maybe 3 times at the most. Recently, I have been eating 3 times out the day for the most part. So I'm definitely um on a good process with my appetite. Energy levels stable for the most part. Like I said, you never know what situation you're going to be dealing with that either increase your energy level or it could drain your energy level. So either way, it really just depends on that one. But for the most part, it's stable. Number 16, do I have someone I trust to talk to about my thoughts and feelings? Absolutely. God, always. And of course my dad, 'cause my dad's like my best friend. If I don't talk to anybody else, that's really the person I talk to about anything and everything. Whether we agree with it or disagree about it, just having him to be able to have a conversation with is something I value very much, because I know one of the days, even though I don't want to think about it, don't and not ready to really accept it, but I know one day I'm not able to have the conversation with him physically anymore. So I'm definitely grateful for the opportunity to have that relationship with him now. Number 17, are there any specific thoughts or worries that you have been weighing? Um, Not as of lately, because I feel like if I worry too much about the outcome, then the outcome is not gonna be what I really wanted to be. And it's funny that I have this question because as yesterday, my pastor preached on a sermon called So Anxious. And he basically overall just saying, don't put the buggy for the horse. Trust the process and have your priorities in order. So as long as you trust the process and have your priorities in order, then things will be better for you. Because if you spend more time worrying, you're putting yourself in a position for your faith to be low. And that's the last thing you should do, is have your faith low while your word is high. Your faith should always be high and your word should be low. So definitely take that into account to choose faith over anything else. Number 18, what activities make me feel good and am I making time for them? Just going to the park, kind of eating and just getting my mind right before doing anything else with my day. It's something that I do every now and then. I don't do it as much as I would like to, but just making time when I can to do it is good enough for me. So definitely plan on doing that a lot more often. Just have more self care within myself and just making myself happy. Alrighty. Number 19, how is my self-talk and my being kind and understanding with myself? My self-talk is to the T. And when I mean to the T, basically having self-talk is like me having a relationship or a conversation with my imaginary self, which is good in my opinion, because a lot of times I am being understanding of myself because I'm relating myself to the situation. So I definitely say that I definitely get some type of understanding and some type of peace when it comes to looking at the whole situation, so it's a part of the situation. So I definitely feel like I'm getting somewhere with having self conversations within me. And last question, am I setting healthy boundaries with others and within myself? I definitely try to set healthy boundaries, because I feel like if you don't, you're definitely gonna create toxic environments. And for me personally, I don't like, toxicity, and I know I have experienced that in life, and I have learned from that as well. Because just to be told, it been times where I'm not being toxic, it been times where I have been toxic. That's just the reality of it. But at the same time, as I go older, I just learned to appreciate the importance of having, boundaries and having a healthy relationship, because a healthy relationship can lead to a healthy life, and that's all that I'm aiming for, just have an overall healthy life, continue to have a healthy life, and just overall just being happy. So that being said, that's all the questions that I have right now, and I hope you guys enjoyed this particular video. And I am asking that you guys comment down below your personal opinions, your personal, perspective of all the questions that I asked in the video today, and also hopefully to share your personal story as well. So with that being said, I hope you guys click the subscribe button to stay updated with all information that's contained to my YouTube channel. And remember to comment and share this video as well, and tag anyone that you feel like it needed to watch this video, just get some type of encouragement. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.